Hey, what we have today is a custom gauge pod for a Subaru. This could really be used for any vehicle. I'm just going to make a video and show you guys my setup for how I am going to vacuum mold this sheet of 1/4 inch Kydex and get the shape I need for a custom gauge pod. I have 2 circular gauges and 1 rectangle gauge that I'm going to be using. I made this out of glued together sheets of particle board and just ground away the portions that I didn't need, and made this vacuum cable I'll show you guys. It's basically an enclosed box of particle board with a vacuum port on the bottom so that I can attach the vacuum to. Drilled some air holes in it, and over here, this portion will come down on top of it with enough space to let a little bit of air in to allow cooling. And we're going to bake this sheet of Kydex at 350 degrees. And when this is placed on top of it, you see as it falls down, it'll suck the remaining air out and create a good mold of this gauge pod. Some of the things I have in standby are a blowtorch and a hair dryer in case there's any finishing needs I need immediately available after it comes out of the oven. And I also have a fan that I'll be able to blow some air on if I need to accelerate the cooling in some areas. So we're gonna get started. So I've had the mold in there heating up for a little bit, just so that when I vacuum form it, if this is all really cold, I don't want it to cool off the mold too much and have it firm up beforehand. So I put the actual mold in there to heat that up, just so I can maybe press it around there and get the small spots too. Because this is 1/4 inch Kydex, so it's pretty thick. So at this time I'm gonna get the Kydex baking and move this off. I turned the burner off just because the burner, after I opened up the door, it let too much heat out, so the burner came on, and that coil underneath the Kydex is way too hot. So that's why I shut the oven off. Just give it a minute to the heat to dissipate and get more even inside there. I'm probably gonna cook this for about 4 minutes. Just keeping an eye on how much it's drooping in my framework. I don't want it to get too low, but I do want it to be pretty fluid. Well, it's been in there for 5 minutes. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. came out pretty good. A little thicker than some of the gun holster guys make. So I wasn't really able to get into some of the tight areas, like right here. I had to press on it pretty hard, and it really didn't come out that good. But for the most part, it formed up real nice. Like I said, this has to be a little bit heavier because it's going to be supporting gauges screwed up into the headliner of a car, so I don't want it coming apart. But it's really sturdy. I'm going to go take this apart now and just start trimming away at it to make it fit. But that's how you make a custom gauge pod. You can comment me back with any questions. I used 1/4 inch Kydex, and I had it in the oven for 5 minutes at 370, and I probably could have left it in a little bit longer, but definitely I think heating up the mold helps out a lot too. So comment or ask me any questions you want. I'll try to answer, and good luck. Here's the finished gauge pod with a exhaust gas temperature, air to fuel ratio, and a intercooler temperature inlet and outlet gauge setup. I mounted it with standard Subaru clips, so it actually looks pretty factory up there. And I'm gonna turn it on and just show you guys how it looks once it's all done. These are the Pro Sport Halo gauges in there, and that alarm is because the car's not running, but that's it.